When I got the dyslexia diagnosis, I think I felt at the time, I didn't really know what it was. At my school, it wasn't really, it was more, she's slow at reading, she's slow at spelling, and it wasn't really much of a big deal. I knew I was offered extra time in exams and support in that sort of sense. But I don't think I was ever really given much empathy towards it. It was more like, this explains why she's doing it, but I was still marked down. There's stuff that they do in school which really doesn't help dyslexic people. Getting you to read out loud in class. So as a dyslexic people, I would point blank refuse to do it because I couldn't do it and it would make me feel really insecure. And I'd get told off and screamed at, oh, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. But then someone who was neurotypical, who was shy and just didn't want to do it, oh, well, that's fine because that's their personality and we need to give them empathy on that. And I was looking around and I was going, what? The system's broken, not your brain. Just because you think differently doesn't mean that you're less intelligent, you're less than, anything like that. And it's hard because school, especially the UK curriculum, does embed that into you, that if you can't spell and you can't do handwriting, you're not going to get a good job and you're not going to get good grades and therefore you are less smart than others. But what comes with being dyslexic is you think in so many different ways. Getting teachers that are trained in helping dyslexic kids and not segregating them, having them in class with everyone else to be shown to everyone else. These people aren't different, they're just wired differently, they just work differently. And I think that would be the main thing, keep those people together and specialise it. Because dyslexic people, when you get their talent in the way that they want to do it, they can think in completely different ways. So at school you have time to do, your exams, you have time to prepare. At work, especially in PR, it's very off. And I can't read as fast as other people. So if I've got a 60-page document, I'm not going to get through it as fast as other people. And if I don't have spell checker, I'm not going to be able to spell in the same way, present in the same way. And I think that breeds a lot of insecurity for me, because if you've got a neurotypical person who can do that and can do it in half the time, then why wouldn't someone hire them over me? So I think the day-to-day impact is you carry the stigma from school, but also you're just putting twice amount of work in for exactly the same output. And then you have to justify to people, well, why should we keep you if we can have the other? It's really hard. I think that's, for me, the day-to-day stuff. I work at Sage, which is an accountancy software company, and I originally came in as a public affairs graduate, so I studied politics. And politics is a lot on presentation, neatness and all this, and I was really, really struggling. And bless Sage, they were really trying to support me, but I just couldn't get there in that role. But instead of just leaving me behind and going, you know what, the PR team just went, come over here, try this. And I'd never been in PR before, I didn't even think about it. And they have spent so much time doing one-to-ones with me, being like, how do you work? How do you do this? It's never been, we want you to do this. It's like, we've got this objective. How can we tailor it around your ADHD and your dyslexia so that you're going to thrive in this business? And I found that really surprising because I've heard a lot of negative things, especially from my friends working in other companies. But I think it would get to a really beautiful place if everyone had that. It makes you feel wanted. It makes you feel valued. Because at school, you don't feel like that. You feel pushed to the side and you feel, but Sage, it was all encompassing, as in you're part of this team. Whatever difficulties you have, we have. So let's work through it together. Acceptance for me in the workplace means being able to do your work in the way that you want to do it and the way that's comfortable for you, and not having people point it out and go, oh, well, that's wrong, or you need to do it that way. I think at school you get told this is the way you have to do it. If you don't do it this way, you're not going to pass your exams, you're not going to succeed. At work, you have a lot more flexibility with that. I was shocked when I came to work and I was like, do I need to do it the same way? And they went, just do it the way that you want to do it. And you go, oh, okay, cool. And it's being able to send stuff to people that I've done it in my way, and then for not to turn back and go, well, the presentation's off or this is off. For them to just go, cool, right, and absorb it in their way and take it like that. And acceptance is you don't have any sort of emotional thing to it. It's Ella's dyslexic, that's that, cool. You know, there's no bigger conversation. It's just, that's what it is. And there's no negative, it's no positive, it's just, let's crack on. It's the warmest feeling you can get, to be honest. I mean, because you spend so long not having people you just feel understood, and it's like, it's really warming to have, because you have that empathy of knowing that, oh, if I send them a bit of a weird email, they're just going to go, no, it's all right, it's all good. And it builds your confidence. That's what I'd say. Being at Sage has built my confidence. I was not a confident girl. I was a very hateful individual as a young child, because I was, you know, you hate on it and you scream away from it because you can't do it. So you panic and you go, I don't care. You do care. You care an awful lot. And so when you have people care about you, then you go, that feels really nice.